Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching. Coming up in the next half hour, hundreds of students march to the nation's capital making demands from lawmakers. We'll take you there. Plus, hundreds of county residents gathered in Silver Spring for a dialogue on racial equity and social justice. And later, the Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce honors outstanding acts of valor during the 45th Annual Public Safety Awards. But first, County Executive Marc Elrich released his recommended fiscal year 2020 $5.7 billion operating budget, a budget that seeks sustainability and invests in early childhood education, among other priorities. Executive Elrich called his $5.7 billion budget progressive, prudent, and delivering on campaign promises with no tax increases.
A couple of weeks ago, the state decided that we had to write down $80 million in revenues, 40-something for this year and the same for next year. And we thought we had a difficult gap, but we were making progress on it. And in one little note from the state, they doubled the gap we were working with. And that's really hard to deal with at the last minute in a budget. Finding $80 million just doesn't fall out of the air like I would wish it were. And so our staff has worked really hard having to kind of deal with multiple ongoing changing environment at the same time trying to sit down and put together a budget for the coming year. And so I want to just thank them for what I think is an extraordinary effort to get this right.
The budget focuses on priorities such as early childhood education, transportation, and economic development for small businesses. Eldridges proposes an additional $51 million for Montgomery County Public Schools for a total budget of $2.6 billion. On the public safety front, the executive proposed added funding for fire and rescue to hire more firefighters.
What we see in this year's budget is, as Mr. Elrich identified, an adjustment for past year's increases that were not funded, that a little over $2 million for past adjustments. And then at the end of the year, we will have a graduate recruit class that has 20 additional positions that will aim to balance what has been identified as a 180 position gap.
On transportation, the budget funds the implementation of a new limited-stop flash bus service on US 29, as well as providing for the purchase of 10 electric ride-on buses. For housing, $500,000 for enhancements to bolster inspections and tenant rights.
I'm ecstatic. It's not very often where you make a request of the CE and you get exactly what you ask for. He challenged us in the beginning of the year, but then he listened to us. We asked him, we told him what we needed to do, what we needed to get the job done, and he's supporting us. And we appreciate that, we understand it, and we are ready. And we want to hit the ground running. We have 2 new inspectors. We have funding for more tenant advocacy. And we also have some funding to do some more innovative things with code enforcement. So we're very happy and looking forward to next year.
On economic development, the county executive proposes the creation of a regional business service hub program at each county regional services center to support small businesses. And on environmental protection, funding to retool the recycling facility and monetize on waste.
There's a lot of material in our waste stream that we're sending to the incinerator that actually has value. Some of it is metals, but a lot of it is food. So we can take food and other organics, and we can create a compost product that we could put back into our soils. They'll be purchased by landscapers and homeowners and contractors. So there's a lot of opportunity.
For more information on the proposed FY20 budget, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/OMB. Executive Elrich budget is now in the hands of County Council. Susan Kennedy reports on what council members have to say about this $5.7 billion proposal.
The executive's budget includes a $51 million increase in funding for Montgomery County Public Schools, adds funding to the county reserves, and doesn't raise taxes. Council President Nancy Navarro says at first look she is pleased with the proposal, and the council will carefully work to make sure it balances the needs of all county residents.
I want to thank the county executive and his staff for working so hard to put together a budget that I think reflects many of our shared priorities. I do want to commend that he has held the line on taxes and that he has kept our promise to reach the 10% goal for reserves. This is a very important promise that we have made and a very important target for us. I do want to say that, of course, we're going to now begin our work here on the county council through committees, and we're going to look at issues of, for example, sustainability. We're obviously going to look very carefully at the negotiated agreements.
Police and fire and emergency services will get more than $650 million under the Eldridge proposal. The budget also includes an increase for health and human services and transportation. Funding for Montgomery County Public Schools was below what it requested, and Eldridge's budget decreases funding to Montgomery College. Councilmember Craig Rice chairs the Education Committee. He says this initial proposal is concerning.
Absolutely. While we know that we want to try and pay our employees more money, it's actually unfortunate that the county executive structured his budget in such a way that it actually pits our unions and them getting additional funding against us really having to really try and focus on funding our educational systems, both K through 12 as well as higher ed. And so we're going to have to do some tough work now in trying to balance those two priorities, understanding that we can't make money, and so to achieve a balanced budget, something's going to have to give.
The council will begin public hearings on the budget April 8th. Follow this link to sign up to testify. In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
This week, we sat down with Executive Elrich to tape our monthly show 101. We further discussed his FY20 operating budget, and he addressed his decision to fund MCPS at the maintenance of effort level and slightly under the Board of Education's request.
One was really difficult decisions to do other things in the budget, like the early child care initiative. The money has to come from someplace, and we were dealing with pretty constrained resources. Second, we talked with the school system, and there was the difference between what we gave and what they had wanted was narrower than that original ask. They had found some additional savings, and they thought that if the state budget provides what they thought it was going to provide, that some of the money would actually be coming from the state, which is not a bad thing. If the state ups its funding for county, we ought to be taking advantage of that.
You can view this entire episode of 101 by visiting the county's YouTube channel. Hundreds of students recently marched for change in Washington, D.C. My MC Media's Jordan Lindsay has more details on what they want from lawmakers and elected officials.
Several MCPS students participated in the walkout against gun violence on Thursday. That includes some from Montgomery Blair High School.
I'm doing this because on the anniversary of our previous walkout, our lawmakers still have a lot to do to protect students across the country from the horrific gun violence that we've been facing in the previous decades.
I hope to see students unite, and I also hope to send a united message to our congresspeople that says we want universal background checks and we want them now.
From there, students headed to the Silver Spring Metro Station.
This is a 7000 series train.
I think that it's very important that students use as many opportunities as they can to show the people in power what we think about this. A lot of us can't vote, or even if we can, the next opportunity to vote isn't until 2020. And so this is the easiest and fastest way to say we want change now.
Next, they gathered in front of the White House for a moment of silence. 17 minutes total for the victims of the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting in Parkland, Florida. Following that, students continued their peaceful march to the Capitol building.
Last year we walked out for gun control essentially, and basically we just don't want to get killed in our schools. We live over in Montgomery County, and we've had lots of bomb threats and gun threats at a lot of our schools.
I'm here because I think that it's not right that I should feel unsafe in my own school, and that the money that the government's getting is more important than students' lives.
However, it wasn't just students from Montgomery County. Some from Washington, D.C. attended the protest as well.
I started an anti-gun violence clothing line called Love One, and we take 20% of proceeds and give it to an organization that buys guns off the streets and turns it into art. I lost my stepdad October 26 of 2018 and a teammate in September of 2017. So it's very personal for me, gun violence, and so many people that I've lost to gun violence, so I wanted to come out here and make sure that I took a stand for anti-gun violence.
Although they may be from different schools, all of them have one similar goal.
I'm mostly marching for universal background checks. I think that's something really important. It's not too much to ask.
Reporting in Washington, D.C., Jordan Lindsay for County Report This Week.
Coming up on County Report This Week, hundreds of county residents showed up for a conversation about racial equity and social justice in Silver Spring. And for the 45th year in a row, the county's Chamber of Commerce honors public safety personnel for heroic acts of valor. Those stories and more when we come back.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Racial equity and social justice were on the top of the agenda at a recent community conversation hosted by County Council President Nancy Navarro and County Executive Marc Elrich. MCPS TV spoke with a few people in attendance.
And we want to make sure that we're providing all the opportunities that we can for folks from other countries, those who speak other languages, as well as families that have been here, African American families as well, and to look at the economics to make sure they're getting jobs and they have recreation and transportation and health services.
This event is important to create equal opportunities for all. When we talk about racial equity, we're talking about initiatives that the government could put together that address disparities among different races, among people living in different socioeconomic statuses.
I am here because I wanted to know what changes are coming into the county. And it's needed because, as you can see, there are many people from different countries, languages, and we all can connect together and work together to make Montgomery County even greater than the way it is already.
Montgomery County Chamber of Commerce hosted the 45th Annual Public Safety Awards. My MC Media's Dority Byrne has more on this story.
35 heroes were honored for acts of courage at the 45th Annual Public Safety Awards.
At Clarksburg High School, that particular high school, we have 40-some buses that come pick students up, so it's a large high school. So getting that student out safely out of the classroom and then securing him, was utmost importance.
A day after the mass shooting at Stoneman Douglas High, a student brought a gun to Clarksburg High School.
Malott found a loaded 9mm handgun in that student's book bag. The student also had a knife in his front shirt pocket. Detectives dispatched to the student's home found body armor, a shotgun, 2 rifles, ammunition, and other weapons there.
Officer Troy Mellett earned an honorable mention of valor for peacefully confronting a student who, at any moment, could have become an active shooter.
The student who did bring the weapon to school wasn't after hurting anyone at the school, but moreover to protect probably the other students at the school at the time.
9 firefighters won awards for their response to a midnight fire at a Silver Spring apartment on Thayer Avenue.
No fire alarm systems were sounding in the dead of night when people needed them most to wake up and evacuate. No sprinkler system had been activated.
So when we arrived, we were faced with many challenges, obviously time of day, the temperature, and the fact that we had multiple people that were actually stuck in the building, that were trapped.
Captain Chase Fabrizio won a Bronze Medal of Honor for rescuing several trapped residents before the fire was controlled and without the protection of a hand line.
A lot of the people that we encountered were still half asleep. They were woken up by us either banging on the door or they heard the commotion and all the noises of us doing what we need to do to control the fire. Teamwork is what made this an event where no lives were lost.
Reporting from North Bethesda, I'm Deirdre Byrne with County Report This Week.
In Rockville, being a good citizen can earn your child a free bike. Rockville 11's Kathy Danstler explains.
Want to know how your kid can earn a free bike? Well, all they have to do is be terrific.
Terrific Bikes program is a donation program that we have that works with children in Rockville elementary schools. We have bike donations that are contributed from the Rockville Bike Hub, and any child who does good deeds throughout the month of March is eligible to receive a bike.
Basically, just be a terrific Rockville citizen. That's being trustworthy, earnest, respectful, responsible, involved, fair, industrious, and caring.
So they can do anything from helping out around the house, helping out individuals in nursing homes, volunteer work, being a good student, as well as showing that they care for others. So the kids get a bike, a helmet for their bike, and they also are able to participate in the Mayor and Council meeting and receive a certificate from Mayor and Council.
So if this sounds like something you want to do, then find a sponsor, like your parents or a teacher, to help you keep track of all those good deeds. You can download the form and get more information. Just head to rockvillemd.gov/terrificbikes or call 240-314-8620 for more information. You have until April the 6th to get into it. And if you want to donate a bike, send an email to rockvillebikehub@gmail.com or head to rockvillebikehub.org for more information.
With Dhoklas bikes already enjoyed in various areas of the county, the Montgomery County Department of Transportation has received letters of interest from vendors to test the expansion of the program countywide while also testing the introduction of Dhoklas e-scooters. Joining us for more information is Sandy Brecker from the Department of Transportation. When could you tell us about this new initiative, Sandy?
Well, MCDOT is excited to begin the process of expanding the Dhoklas bike program we've had in place in a portion of the county. Now we're expanding it to potentially the entire county. With both e-bikes and e-scooters, we've received a number of letters of interest, and we are going to select probably 4 vendors who will be able to sign on to our MOU, where we have provided for some controls over the program. We are looking for a variety of types of vehicles, so e-bikes and e-scooters is what we're looking for. We are looking for companies that will do a good job of being responsive and controlling where these vehicles are parked. Also to do training and safety-oriented messaging and training for the riders. And we also want an equity program so that those within the county who may have a problem paying for some of these services will be able to enjoy them as well. These are really positive in terms of being able to reduce the amount of auto congestion, reduce the demand for parking in a lot of our urban centers, and hopefully addressing environmental and greenhouse gas climate issues.
And cost to the county?
No cost to the county. That's one of the big advantages to this program. And we are really excited about that aspect of it as well as we roll it out over the coming months.
Thank you, Sandy, for being here. Now, for more information, go to montgomerykountymd.gov/DOT. Coming up on County Report this week, County Executive Marc Elrich also took to the airwaves on the county's Spanish language radio show, this time promoting 2020 census jobs available in the county. And Montgomery College uses a new tool to reach out to its student population. Stay with us. County Report this week. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
We all know the stress of driving into downtown Silver Spring and the district, but thanks to Ride On, I don't have to worry anymore. Route 129 is a new limited-stop bus route running both directions along the US 29 corridor, from Burtonsville Park and Ride to the Paul Serene Silver Spring Transit Center. There are even free, convenient park and ride lots along the route. Now my commute is relaxing. Plus, I'm helping get cars off the road, reducing congestion and my commute time.
Ride On. Get there faster.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. County Executive Marc Elrich was our guest this week on the county's Spanish language radio show. He talked about his proposed operating budget, but also took the opportunity to talk about the 2020 census.
I want people to not worry, even though the person, you've got a president who's trying to put a question on there, which hopefully is going to be determined to be illegal. Right now, I think it's 2 courts now have said you can't ask a citizenship question. The truth is, even if they ask the citizenship question, it's hard to identify who answered it because you don't do 100% census, so you don't know who living in which unit in which apartment building is a non-citizen. But you could tell if they had the information areas that had higher concentrations.
The 2020 census is about a year away, but job recruitment is happening right now. It is estimated that the Census Bureau will hire approximately 600 census takers in Montgomery County. If interested in a job with the United States Census Bureau, visit 2020census.gov/jobs or call 1-855-562-2020. For the past 5 years, the Montgomery County Energy Summit has annually offered cutting-edge education focused on the latest trends in commercial energy efficiency, renewable energy, and related topics in Montgomery County. Join us on Wednesday, April 3rd at 8 a.m. at the Silver Spring Civic Building for the Montgomery County Energy Summit. This year's event, which is themed Focus on the Here and Now, will include a keynote presentation, breakout education sessions, an expo area featuring the latest in sustainable products and services, breakfast and lunch, and a post-event reception. Our core audience includes building owners, property managers, energy contractors, and other green building professionals working in the county and the larger DMV area. For more information, go to mcenergysummit.org. Using social media, Montgomery College has developed another resource to find out the needs of the students.
Do you have questions on how to enroll in Montgomery College? Or while you're here attending, do you have questions about the programs offered at Montgomery College? Well, through Montgomery College Television, the college has provided the college community as well as the county residents another resource to ask those frequently asked questions.
We started offering Facebook Live question and answer sessions so that both potential students and current students would know all of the resources available to them at the college. It was just another outlet to offer them.
How do you pick your programs and topics?
Right now we focus mainly on our international students and all of the languages that we offer them so that they would understand what resources were available in their native language. We're also looking at what questions come in on Facebook and looking at the resources that they're asking about and following up with these question and answer sessions on those resources.
What do you have planned next?
Right now we're going to be working on one strictly for international students and all of the resources that the international student coordinators offer them, as well as one strictly for Spanish speakers and the courses that are offered and ESOL courses.
Disability Support Services was really excited to be able to participate in this event. It gave us an opportunity to reach a larger student audience, and it also was really great to hear from students in real time some of the questions that they had about Disability Support Services. I thought this was a really great opportunity for students to learn more about what we do.
So, if you have questions about programs at Montgomery College, now you have another resource. Montgomery College frequently asks questions on Facebook Live. For County Report this week, I'm Stan Jones.
Coming up next on County Report this week, Adventure Theater hosts its annual Gala to fundraise. Plus, we introduce you to our one-year-old energetic pet of the week. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
In a world without social workers, new families would not be formed through adoption. Veterans would not get services they need. People with mental illness would be more isolated. More children would be exposed to abuse. And people discriminated against because of race, class, religion, gender, or sexual orientation would lose their champions. Aren't you glad social workers make the world better? Celebrate them during Social Work Month in March.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Theater supporters, community leaders, and politicians gather for the Adventure Theater Gala to raise money and celebrate the difference theater makes in the lives of children and youth across the region.
Have you ever heard the wolf cry?
Adventure Theater is an amazing place where we work with kids all ages, 0 to 99 in our theater, or we train them to be the next great star.
And tonight we're celebrating our gala, honoring Seth Goldman with the Judy Frost Spirit of Adventure Award. The award is in honor of Judy Frost, who was our co-founder, and it's for anyone that has worked in the arts or for youth that embody the spirit of adventure.
Tonight's recipient, Seth Goldman, really represents the creativity, the entrepreneurship in the private sector and how those two ideas intersect.
Oh, it's wonderful. I really appreciate it. It's all the, as I said, all the values that I really believe in, but really this is about adventure theater and supporting more opportunities for young people to learn creative expression.
So the arts play a big role in the community. They, bring life to things. They provide relief from the madness of the world on a good day.
Theater is important because it expands people's mind to the creative process, and the whole world moves because of creativity. Science and technology and even politics and sociology move because of creativity.
Everyone puts emphasis on STEM learning, which is important, but if you just have numbers and science without any creativity, they're just equations. When you can convert them into ideas, then they become powerful and they can become enterprises.
The arts are such a critical piece of inspiring creativity, and Adventure Theater really does a tremendous job of providing not only the culture for our community, but the inspiration for our young people.
And now it's time to meet our pet of the week. Are you looking for a pet that will keep you on your toes? This week, we introduce you to China. She's a 1-year-old spayed female, white Dogo Argentino, full of pent-up energy. But once she's outside, she's dynamic, adventurous, and most importantly, loves playing fetch with anyone. She will make a great family pet. She has been at the shelter since last December and would love to find her forever home. Please call the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center at 240-773-5900 or visit China on the web at montgomerykountymd.gov/ASD. With that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. The Thomas Farm Community Center turns 10, and there will be a special celebration on Saturday, April 6th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. with refreshments, games, crafts, and fun. The event is free. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.
I'm guessing red is Joshua.